Sometimes you are in a meeting or sitting with people and everything looks normal, but inside something feels slightly out of place. People talk, laugh, and everything seems fine, yet inside you there is a quiet discomfort that you cannot fully explain or point at. It is not obvious anxiety, and it is not rejection either, just a soft tension that makes you feel like you are not fully there. And in the middle of that moment, a silent question appears in your mind without warning, simple but impossible to ignore. Is there something wrong with me? Or am I the only one feeling this strange distance even when everything looks completely normal outside? From the outside, nobody notices anything. You talk, you respond, you even seem fine, but inside there is a constant feeling of being off rhythm. It feels like everyone is moving at the same pace, but you are always 1 second behind, trying to catch something you cannot name. Sometimes you try to explain this feeling, but it sounds small, not serious enough, so you keep it to yourself without saying anything. Little by little, you start thinking that maybe you are just too different, too complicated, or too strange compared to everyone else. But there is something deeper behind this feeling. It is not random, and it is not a personal weakness like you may have believed. It has to do with how your brain is configured, with how your nervous system processes everything that happens around you in social situations. When you understand this, the question stops being, "What is wrong with me?" and becomes, "How does my mind actually work?" Some people have nervous systems that pick up more signals than others, even signals that nobody else seems to notice at all. It sounds technical, but it is simple. It feels like your internal volume is slightly higher than the rest of the people around you. You notice tone changes, awkward silences, small reactions, things that are never said, but somehow you still feel them very clearly. In social environments, this does not feel like an advantage. It feels like tiredness, like your mind is working harder than everyone else around you. You feel saturated, like too much information is coming in at the same time, and your brain cannot slow down even if you want to. Sometimes you just want to leave before anything bad even happens, not because you are afraid, but because your energy runs out first. When your nervous system processes this much, you cannot fully disconnect. While others are just present, your mind keeps analyzing everything automatically. Not because you distrust people, not because you are scared, but because your brain is always looking for coherence without even asking for it. It feels like being in a room with too many things happening at once. You can stay there, but your energy runs out faster. There are minds that need meaning to relax. When something feels empty or forced, your body reacts even if you cannot explain why. When a conversation has no depth, you feel tension. When a situation feels artificial, something inside you slowly shuts down without noise. You do not get angry, you do not complain, you just disconnect, and later you wonder why you feel empty even after being with people. Many people who feel different do not have a social problem. They have a mismatch between how they work and what surrounds them. Your nervous system may not be designed to work well in superficial situations. It needs presence, coherence, something real to feel comfortable. When that sense of meaning is not there, your mind does not fully activate. And instead of connection, you feel distance without knowing why. And then the doubt appears. If I do not enjoy this like others do, maybe something inside me is wrong or broken. People with high internal sensitivity often adapt for years. They learn to behave, to fit in, to follow what is expected from them. But that constant effort has a cost. You start living outward while slowly losing the feeling of being fully yourself inside.
When this goes on for years, the difference starts to feel like a defect, even if nothing is actually wrong with you. Society often misunderstands this trait. If you do not enjoy what others enjoy, people assume something must be wrong with you. If you need space, they think you are distant. If you do not connect quickly, they think you are cold or uninterested. But psychologically, this is not a failure. It is a different configuration, a nervous system that reacts differently to noise and speed, not because it cannot handle the world, but because it works better at another frequency, one that does not exist everywhere. For a long time, you may have believed that feeling different meant something was broken, that you needed to change more, adapt more, become less yourself. But this is not a defect. It is another way of processing the world, one that does not fit everywhere but feels deeply consistent inside. That is why not every person feels right to you. Not every place feels comfortable, and not every situation makes sense inside. It hurts until you understand it. Because once you understand, something inside relaxes and you stop fighting against your own nature. You stop searching for what is wrong, and a quieter idea appears. Maybe nothing is broken. Maybe you are not made for every place. Maybe what felt like a problem was actually a signal, a sign of sensitivity, awareness, and a need for things to feel real. You were not out of place. You were just too long in spaces that did not respect how you exist, and understanding that brings you back to yourself.